Hey guys, this is Ivan from Nu-95, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
Brutally Delicious!
Hey, you're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast. I'm Bruce Moore.
And I'm Chris Seegers.
Well, that was kind of a lame, I'm Chris Seegers.
I'm a bit hungover today.
All right. Well, anyway, today we've got Ivan from Nu-95, and stay tuned and we'll see what he's got to say. Did you have a chance to check out these guys?
Yeah, I just checked them out. There's not a lot of information on them online.
No, I even sent their publicist an email asking for some stuff, and he said, look about their Facebook, and that's about all I got.
Yeah, they had a singer and a drummer. They parted ways. They got two new people. The end. But
it's actually well recorded. I mean, that's what you had said earlier.
The recordings are just like, they have that one song, Fake Friends, which really isn't like my style of music per se. But as a recording engineer, my mind was just like, what the fuck just happened here? How is that even possible?
Right.
And then the other video they had up is what's that one called that I'm listening to right now? For What It's Worth. And the recording is still quite good. It's not as good as the other one, but it's still like unbelievable.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm excited to talk to him. It'll be kind of fun.
Do they have any more music than just these two songs, though? This is all I could find.
That's all I could find as well. I mean, I guess we'll have to ask him when we get him on the line. Did you, what have you been listening to this week?
Oh, dude. I'm listening to a band from Canada called The Tea Party.
Never heard of them.
Oh, man. Okay. They were a really big 90s band in Canada. And they had lots of offers for record deals in the States because they're fucking huge, like selling out arenas in Canada and in Australia. Oh, yeah. And record companies came calling a lot to them. And they wouldn't play the American record label game. They didn't want to change their image. They didn't want to, record with big producers. They didn't want to do co-writing. They just wanted to do what they do. And no one in the States would let them because the singer kind of looks like Jim Morrison, and a lot of people think he sounds like Jim Morrison. So,
oh, really?
And the music is kind of like Led Zeppelin-y, but they're like a hard rock band. Yeah, just put on the song like "Save Me" or "The River." They're crazy.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
I'm sending you what I've been listening to all week. The record came out this year, I guess, but this is fucking amazing. If you're not hip to Unearthed, you need to be. They're a band out of Boston. This is like record number 7 or 8. Fucking crazy good.
What is it? Unearthed.
Yeah,
Here,
that's what I've been listening to.
I'm just going to hit play. Just give me a second. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
My God, that's insane, dude. I'm gonna actually save this video. Where do I save it here? Save it. There we go.
That's been, I mean, it's an older record. I think it's probably 6-8 months old, but that's what I've been jamming on again all this weekend. I got that video this morning. It was like, holy shit. That's a good way to start the morning. And I don't know how into the rap thing you are, but there's this band called Twisted, TWIZTED, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen them on Warped Tour. They cross over a lot into the metal world. I don't know what the connection is, but super good, dude. They wear like white face paint. They're kind of, I don't even know how to explain them. You just got to look them up. Hardcore rap stuff. That's what I've been jamming this morning as well.
Yeah, there's some rap that I really like. Some of it I'm not all that into. But like old Nas, I really love old Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking for a Tea Party song here that you can check out. They're so fucking crazy, man, this band.
I can't believe it. They're that big and we've never heard of them south of the border.
They're huge, dude, in Canada. They're not as big as they used to be because they broke up and now they're just kind of getting back together and putting out new music. But they're massive. Like in Canada, I saw them play it in 18,000 seat arenas, easy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's funny how I think of the United States.
Monday.com is a platform to manage any team and any project.
Oh yeah, no. Moving down here, I used to think that too, but when I moved here, I realized just how different these countries are. They're so different.
Yeah.
It was a culture shock. But it's not so different that you're like, I can't deal with this, or it's so weird. It's just there's certain things that you're used to that just don't exist down here. And I'm sure the same would be true if I went back.
Oh, sure.
If I went back, I'd be like, what the hell?
But how does music not cross the border? I mean, if they're that big, how does it not, like, somebody down here even hear about them?
Well, even look at a band like the Tragically Hip from Canada. Have you ever heard of them?
I mean, I think I may have heard the name, but I've never heard them.
They're Canada's band. Like when they announced the singer had brain cancer, he was going to die. They did a final tour, and the CBC, which is kind of like the BBC, but it's Canada's national broadcaster. Mm-hmm. They broadcast their last concert, and the whole country shut down. They had viewing parties in parks all over the country. The Prime Minister was there. Oh yeah, but before that, they would sell out like 60,000 seat stadiums in Canada.
Really?
And they never made it down south. They had a record. They had a record deal down here. They even played Saturday Night Live, but they just didn't take off.
One of the bands I really liked from the old days and actually saw them years and years ago is Triumph.
Oh my God, that band is just killer.
Yeah. I mean, I saw them live back in probably like 83 or 84, and I have a couple of their records on vinyl. I love them. Yeah,
no, Triumph is one of my favorite bands from that era.
I got that link.
Here's a Tea Party song, and this is their first single that they ever put out. And like when they had done an independent record, and they sold like 35,000 copies of it or something.
Really?
So when they got their when they were getting courted for a record deal, the singer he's got a big freaking ego. He's a big ego guy. He told the label, "Well, I'm going to produce it. I'm going to record it. I'm going to do everything." The label's like, "Yeah, sure. You can do whatever you want. It works." And he had never produced or recorded anything in his life.
Nice.
And so it took him a while, but he got it done. I mean, so the sound quality is pretty strange. Like it's definitely a different sound.
Right.
But man, when I saw them live the first time, these guys will go from like, they'll be playing a rock song, and then all of a sudden the lights go down and they come back up and everyone's on like hand drums, and he's got like weird Egyptian guitars out.
Oh, really?
And like, oh fuck, it's just crazy.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, let me
see. I even learned some stuff on this show as well.
Satan.
Hey, Ivan, how are you?
Pretty good. How's it going?
I'm doing well. Can you hear Chris or see Chris?
Hello. This might be the first interview I do from someone in a car.
Are you driving?
No, I'm actually. I was at work, so I just went outside to my car.
Okay, cool.
Standing there.
Have you checked out earlier editions of this podcast yet?
I was actually just listening to the last one y'all did. I can't remember how to say their name.
Visenya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then this is sort of like a podcast about nothing.
Well, yeah, I noticed that the questions were a lot more casual than other questions. Like usually it's like, tell me about your album, but
oh yeah, no, this is nothing like that. This is a way for people. Well, for me personally, this podcast is a way for me to discover new music. I'm kind of new to metal and stuff, so I'm kind of learning about bands as we do this. And other than that, it's just conversation. Let people get to know you and have
some fun.
Have some fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So tell me about your album. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't.
No. So the one thing Chris and I were just discussing earlier, or just before you got on here, is the production quality of the record.
Oh, it's
how did it... Go ahead.
No, you go.
How did that come about? And I mean, where did you guys record that? And what was the process like?
Well, it was kind of weird. Before we recorded the full album, we did release our song "Fake Friends" and "For What It's Worth." We recorded those two a while back, and we actually recorded those at a different place. So then this time we decided to go with someone else just because. He's actually, the guy that recorded us he has a band called Outline in Color, and they're pretty similar to our style. So, and he has been recording them since day one. So after hearing their recordings, we were just like, hell yeah, he knows what we're going for because he plays similar music. And so his name's CJ Cochran. He's from Oklahoma, and that was really awesome. Like, he has just a home studio, but you could feel really relaxed in there because it was just like sitting on a futon, everybody recording their parts. So it was a really fun experience because you didn't really feel pressured. We were there for actually, we didn't have a whole lot of time to do the album. We did 10 songs in about a week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic at times, but that whole process was awesome. And CJ he has a really good ear. Like, he helped us come up with a few parts that we would have never even thought of. Like, at the end, he thanked us. He was like, "Thank you for actually letting me be a producer and taking my advice and not just being like, no, we're gonna do it this way." So it was fun collaborating with him and everyone else in the band. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
So
That's cool that you guys aren't afraid to work with a producer. There's a lot of bands that really get stuck on, this is my guitar sound or this is my drum sound. This is the way we're doing the part. And the producer says,
right.
Well, what about this? And they're like, how dare you,
No, that's one thing we told him. We were like, dude, straight up, if we do something and you think it sucks, tell us, because we don't want to put out a crappy album. So
yeah, is this album out already?
No, it's going to be coming out July 12th. We're doing an album release show in Dallas at the Ruins. But
cool.
And then following that, we're going to do a little album release tour too. So it's going to be fun.
Nice. Where are you going?
Well, right now we're still planning it. We're kind of running short on time, but I believe they said that we're going to announce it later this week, maybe. So, but I know we're hitting all the major cities in Texas, especially since we're from Dallas. So we're starting in Dallas, and then we're going to do Houston, Austin, probably San Antonio, and El Paso. And I think we want to go up to maybe New Mexico and Colorado as well. So
cool.
But like I said, we're still planning it all out.
Booking shows is a bitch.
Yeah.
Are you guys booking yourself?
We are working with an agency, so it's kind of like half and half, helping each other out.
Oh, that's good. Working with, man, I book shows. I used to be in a touring band, and I book shows, and it is a bitch. Like,
yeah.
I had to cut my work schedule down from 5 days to like 2 or 3 just to be on the phone and on, it was kind of, email was just happening at the time. I'm giving my age away. But, it was just insane. The amount of work that you got to get done and the contract signing, and then they tell you they're going to have it back to you tomorrow, and then they never get back to you, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. We've just booking our hometown show for our release has been a nightmare. Like, everywhere that we've tried to book either has something going on or didn't respond. And so it's definitely a process.
Yeah, I hear you. Bruce?
So the pop punk space is quite crowded. What do you think sets Nu-95 apart from the rest of the pack?
One thing that I personally think sets us apart a little bit is, one problem with pop punk is I feel like a lot of songs start to become about the same stuff, like parties and your best friends and doing hooligan stuff. So on this album, we really tried, every song somehow relates to one of us in the band personally. Actually, 2 of our songs, our lead guitarist, Grant Yoder, he actually wrote the lyrics for 2 of our songs. So it was really cool. We have one song that's about, a shitty dad choosing drugs over his family. We have songs about never giving up on your dreams, songs about past relationships, right, good relationships, bad relationships, just things like that, I guess. And also, we all come from different backgrounds, kind of. I've always been more of a metal background, and then Graham and Grant both came from Green Day and more pop punk. So I feel like we have a pretty good mix that sets us apart a little bit.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I don't know if you can answer this, but what do you want your fans to walk away with? Is there a takeaway after listening to a Nu-95 record?
I guess I would just want them to just I want them to be able to feel that it really means something to us. Like, none of the words I say are just like, none of it's like a filler. Like, none of it's like bullshit to me. It's everything means something to one of us in the band, and we just want, even if it's just one song, just for one other person to be able to relate to that specific subject. But I mean, our whole thing also too is just positivity. I try to, even our songs that sound kind of negative, just try to see the positive in every situation.
Okay. So one more, Chris, and I'll let you jump in. But do you have an experience or a story you can share with us about a song connecting with a fan or a performance connecting with a fan?
With a fan?
Yeah.
Well, I know that, like, one song, I think it's funny how many people tell me they can relate to this just because it's kind of more of a paranormal type song. But one of our last singles we released is called The House on Ridgedale Drive, and I actually wrote that song about my grandparents growing up lived in a pretty nice big house in Garland, Texas. And I used to always just get creeped out in that house. Like, there were just, like, certain parts, like staircases, where you just, like, felt awkward, like something was going to grab you or something. And whenever they finally moved out of that house, my mom told me that they used to legitimately hear things in that house. And my grandparents were always really religious, so my grandma had a priest come and basically exorcise the house.
No way, and, really?
Yeah, cool. And after that happened, there were never any sounds or anything until the day they moved out. And supposedly my uncle went back to the house after everything was gone and he heard stuff again. So I just thought it'd be cool to write a song about that experience, like, and I've had so many people tell me, like, oh, that's such a relatable song, like, and I'm just like, really? I mean,
it's about an exorcism.
I guess a lot of people have some weird crap going on in their houses.
Right.
Man,
a lot of people need their houses.
Maybe I need a priest to come over.
Right?
Yeah. I didn't realize there were that many people that need to exercise their house, but
no.
Yeah.
I mean, I exercise my demons daily, but I mean, you know.
Right. Chris?
Where can we get your music? Like, I was searching for you guys, and I found 2 videos online. Mm-hmm. And that's all I saw. I didn't know where, like, even on your Facebook, I didn't see where I could go listen to you.
We should have, we just released our 4th official music video on YouTube, so there should be 4. There's Fake Friends, For What It's Worth, The House on Ridgedale Drive, and Brick Walls and Persian Rug.
Okay.
So we have those 4 released on YouTube, but they're also, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music.
Cool.
We should be pretty much anywhere that there's music. You should be able to find those.
Cool.
But like I said, though, this is going to be our debut album, pretty much, and it's not going to be released until July 12th. So for right now, there's just those 4 new songs, and then the band does have a previous album. I'm pretty new to the band, so I'm not going to be on the old stuff, but you can also listen to that on Spotify and everywhere.
I'm only interested in the new stuff.
Right, me too. So if somebody listening to this wants to get to know you guys, which one of those 4 should they hit first to really get a feel for Nu-95?
I would say probably the one we just released. It's called Brick Walls and Persian Rugs. And I feel like out of our whole album, this specific sound that we have in this song, I think it portrays us the best of any of our songs, because the song's kind of got a deeper meaning, and it's got some heavy parts, and then it kind of has some more pop punk based choruses and stuff like that. And I think that's definitely the sound that we try to go for mostly, is that song.
Cool.
Okay. Chris, before I go down a dark path here with some...
Geez, here we go.
do you have anything else?
I don't know.
So, Ivan, I hope you have a sense of humor and can play along.
Oh, I've got a sense of humor.
All right, so what are your
that sounds dirty.
What are your thoughts on garden gnomes?
Garden Gnome. It's funny that you say that because I got to remember what it is. Whenever I was recording one of our songs, there's a part I say their daddy built this broken home, but for some reason everybody changed it to Garden Gnome.
Shit, see, I didn't even know there was a connection, and now I found it.
So I am totally down with Garden Gnomes. I give them a 10 out of 10.
That is awesome. Chris, where are you on Garden Gnomes?
They creep me out, man. Seriously, it's a phobia. Every time, like, especially the Travelocity gnome that you see on TV, I'm like, fuck, this guy's creepy, man. This is
Dude,
weird.
I've always had this weird obsession with gnomes, or, I don't know, can I say midgets on this show, or little people, or...
Whatever you want to say.
Offend anybody.
We're not going to offend anyone.
We don't have to be politically correct here, right?
Fuck no.
Excellent. Dude, I think Garden Gnomes are super metal. Come on.
Yeah.
Kind of like elves in the whole Viking tradition. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, go ahead with your...
Right.
So, Ivan, if you're still good, why are manholes round, do you think?
Why are manholes around?
That could have two meanings, my friend.
Well, pick a meaning and go for it.
They're important. Man, that's a good question.
You know what's funny? I'm watching Chris's response because he doesn't know usually what I've got prepped on the back end, and he just kind of like shakes his head.
Well, I think manholes are around to keep everybody paranoid about Pennywise.
That works. I mean, I don't know if there's any kind of explanation for that. So,
Yeah, that's the best I got.
First interview I've ever done with someone in a car.
yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess if it's a quiet place and he's not driving, so he's not getting hit, we're all good.
Isn't technology amazing?
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Like, imagine doing that in the 80s. Like, oh, we got a satellite truck out and fucking
Right.
huge film camera and like, how do you do it in the car? Fuck, take the door off, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah.
And hope my questions aren't too fucked up. I watch your face all the time, and I'm like,
No.
look at Chris about-
The manhole one just sent me down this perverse road. I was just like, holy shit, Chris. Like,
Well, he gave Ivan credit. He took the high road on that and didn't.
yeah, I wouldn't have. I didn't.
No, I don't think I would have either. But so that's good.
Oh,
But-
man.
Anybody listening to this, I would highly suggest going to check out Nu-95. And we'll go ahead and play. We'll cue this up here and let it roll.
All right, let's go.
Well, this is Ivan from Nu-95, and you're about to check out our new song, Brick Walls and Persian Rugs.
The trouble is that we have one-sided minds. And we notice the wave of life when it is at its peak or crest. We don't notice it when it's at the top.
Don't let yourself get so comfortable. You of all people should know that there is nothing set in stone. All our lives were conditioned to think money is security. I don't wanna be a rich man lying on my deathbed praying for a second chance. I'd rather my pockets be empty if it means I get to say I never give up on my dreams. Cause you never know which breath will be the last one. If opportunity comes knocking, don't let it go to waste. Yeah. Don't let it go to waste. It's never gonna be enough for me to live my life. 9 to 5.
I'm happy people are still interested in talking to a bunch of schmucks.
Me too.
And for anybody who's out there listening to us, and you care to drop us a line, give us some advice, some hints, what you'd like to hear, brutallydelicious@gmail.com. And we'll make sure we get some stuff going on. We got some great stuff coming up next week. I'm looking forward to the psychologist guy.
Oh my God, that's the one that's going to be a really cool kind of different take on metal that I haven't really seen done before. So that's going to be awesome.
No, I'm going to spend some time reading his papers this weekend while I'm at work and try and get a little updated on his stuff. And I also sent you the link about the Vincent Castiglia, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Dude paints with his, like, he's a phlebotomist and he paints with his own blood, but he does like covers for albums for like Celtic Frost and all these metal bands.
Oh, wow. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Painting with my own blood.
That's hardcore stuff, but I sent him an email after I talked to you yesterday. I was like, you know what? This might be a cool fit. Because I don't think we need to pigeonhole ourselves into, like, let's just talk to pop punk or metal.
Yeah.
Like, we could just talk to anybody, right?
Yeah, as long as they're involved in metal, I'm in.
Yeah, and it is a show about nothing, so we can just talk about whatever.
Yeah. It's a show about nothing. Chris is getting angry.
So if I can get him locked in, I think that would be, I don't know where we'll take us, but that is dark and interesting quite at the same time, I guess.
Yeah, I'll go. You got my vote.
So at any rate, if you're listening to this, drop us a line because I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, if there's anything you want to hear us cover, let us know.
If you want us to shut up, you can tell us that too.
Yeah, but we won't.
Right.
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.